Hello student, this video clip will discuss about chapter 2 that is another component of language is the sound pattern of language, or we can call phonology. So far and so forth, especially in relation to the previous clip, I discussed about phonetic, that is one of the component of the language as well. To review, we can see that phonetic is concerned with describing the sound of speech in general, regardless of their role in conveying meaning. Previously, we discussed a lot about articulatory in terms of phonetic as well, by focusing on the place for articulation and the manner of articulation. And how about phonology? Phonology is more abstract, and it is the study of the sound system of any particular language and how this system is used by its speaker in order to express the meaning. Moreover, we can see that phonology describes the abstract system which allows the speaker of a language in order to distinguish or differentiate the meaning from mere verbal noise as well. In phonology, we need to know about phoneme. What is it in terms of phoneme? Phoneme is one of the distinctive sounds of a particular language. It is a sound that is meaningfully different from the other sounds in a language. Phoneme is combined with other phonemes itself in order to form meaningful unit. You can think of when adults try to get a baby to say his or her first word. They often cause him or her to sound out the beginning of the word by repeating that sound or phoneme over and over by saying something like okay, sound like mommy, right? So sound often written as letter M as the consonant sound here. So the consonant sound is an example of a phoneme already that is represented as a unit in order to form the meaningful one. The difference in meaning between the English words such as like here and keys is a result of the etching of the phoneme like L. For the phoneme S, letter S, two words that differ in meaning through a contrast of a single phoneme form, we call them as minimal pair. So the key aspect of minimal pair is that it has one chain in terms of a phoneme, and it also different in terms of the meaning of the pair as well. I will discuss in more detail about minimal pair in the coming slide, everyone. So to conclude, for phoneme, it is a distinctive sound of a language that is meaningful and different from the other sound in a language. Next section is about allophone. Allophone can be the substitution of the two sounds for the same phoneme. For example, a sound may be produced differently in different environments, that is depending on the position of the sound in a word. For example, even initial or final or the other sound that appear next to the sound. For example, like p, 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 okay, consonant P in park, isn't exactly the same, the p, okay, letter P, consonant P in cop. If you say park, You hear or you feel the aspiration, the puff of air, like p, p, okay? Consonant P sound, moves into the vowel that follow it. I think you can try, okay, with such a feeling of aspiration as the puff of the air. But for the consonant P, when in the word cup, right? For this one, which is in the word final position, that is, it happened at the end of the word. So p, p sound, okay, it stay at the end. So it stopped the airflow, and therefore there is no any aspiration when the consonant p sound it stay at the beginning. ចឹងយើងឃើញថានៅពេលដែលយើងប្រើ consonant sound p p អូខេនៅខាងមុខហើយនឹងនៅខាងក្រោយគឺមានលក្ខណៈផ្សេងគ្នានៅក្នុងការ pronounce សម្រាប់ពាក្យដែលយើងផ្ដល់ជាឧទាហរណ៍ខាងលើរវាង packed and cup. For this one, it become an example of allophone that can be the substitution of two sounds for the same phoneme. The other example like see and shoe. Okay? So when you pronounce see, okay, your lip would be round. Okay, you can identify personally. And when you pronounce shoe, your lip would spread apart. And the phoneme symbol of see and shoe can be s. Okay, so this symbol, right? That it can be another example of allophone, that the substitution of two sounds with the same phoneme. And the same phoneme of the second example is s. Next, we discuss about minimal pair and set. Minimal pair is a pair of words which differ in meaning when only one sound or one morpheme is changed. You can see like pear and bear. This is a pair of example of minimal pair that we can see there is different in terms of the meaning of the two words. And it depends on the minimal difference pronunciation of their first sound like p, p and b, b. So we can see that in terms of the different meaning, we have the minimal different pronunciation as well between p and b and b. Another example like pear. Okay. So we can see both words, even though they are different in terms of the meaning, but the problem is that they pronounce the same pear, right? The first also pear and second one also pair. It is not regarded as example of minimal pair. It is not like the first example like pear and bear. So they have full characteristic to be regarded as minimal pair. The meaning is different, and it also with the difference of the phoneme, right? With p and b. Another one is phonotactic. Phonotactic are the arrangement of distinctive sound unit or phoneme in a language. For example, in English, the consonant group we call consonant cluster like spr and str, right? They can happen or occur at the beginning of a word like sprout, and strength. Anyway, for the location or position of spr and str, okay, they must not happen at the end of the word, except at the beginning, like the provided example. Therefore, for this consonant cluster, you need to follow the rule accordingly, that they have the position or arrangement at the beginning of the word. Another section is about syllable and cluster. Normally, in language, a syllable must contain a vowel sound like hat. Okay, so it has air sound, right? Yes, air sound. And me, so with the sound me. For the most common type, a syllable has a vowel sound, and the and the common type of syllable has a consonant that stands for letter C before the vowel. We stand by the letter V, or represented as CV. It means that it has consonant and vowel, right? Basically, the syllable can be with this structure. We have onset. Onset, it refers to consonant and rhythm. So rhythm here can be rhyme here. Okay, it can be the combination of nucleus or vowel plus coda. Coda here can be a consonant as well, but it stays at the end. And nucleus or vowel is the same. For example, like me. Okay? Me, when we talk about its structure in terms of combination, we have onset, right? So onset is a consonant, okay, sound or letter M, and nucleus, okay. So nucleus here, like I mentioned, is vowel, so E, okay, but no coda because there is no consonant at the end. For the rule of onset with nucleus or consonant with vowel, we call open syllable. Anyway, for cup, okay, cup we have onset, okay, like consonant, letter C, right? So cut sound with nucleus, vowel sound, right? And then we have p sound, right? So it's letter P, we call coda. So in this rule, CVC, it become a closed syllable. The basic structure of the syllable are following example, like grinned, okay? So we can have the symbol represented like CC, VC. So we have here consonant, and then consonant, E, vowel, and then N consonant. H. Okay, so we have vowel, and then consonant. Okay, earned. Okay, VCC, do, CV, like, CVC, amped, VC. In order to put the structure of the syllable correctly, like what I have just shown you in the following example, you need to basically depend on the phonetic symbol provided. It easy, okay, like age. So this one you may confuse when you have no phonetic symbol in order to support you. So when you found phonetic symbol, it's easy in order to identify the structure of the syllable. So you can have like here, it's vowel, right? And g and s, okay, it is also consonant. So you would confuse like the four letter here. You would have V, C, and then C. But actually, it's no, just have two in terms of consonant here. Next is about consonant cluster. Consonant cluster, both the onset and the coda consists of more than one consonant. Take a look at the following example, like the combination of S and T. Okay, so this one can be consonant cluster CC, which used as onset in the word like stop. Okay, so we have the combination of CC here, S and T, right? Stop. And as coda in the word like pause. Okay, so ST again at the end of the word pause. Okay? So when we have larger onset cluster, we can have tripolar consonant like CCC. Okay, so like stress, like scream. Okay. Next point, I would like to discuss about co-articulation effect with two main points under it, namely assimilation and elision. What is it? Assimilation. Assimilation can be a common phonological process by which the phonetic of a speech segment becomes more like another segment in a word. For example, like the word can't, can't. You can pronounce can with this phonetic symbol, right? K and then a and then Okay? So you pronounce can't. But when you say I can go, I can go, would you pronounce can like a single word of it? This one we could see another adjustment of the sound like I can go. We could see the influence of the following vela g, okay, where the g consonant sound we call vela will almost certainly make the preceding nasal sound come out as ng, ng. So it become the vela nasal rather than sound that we call alveolar nasal. Therefore, in this context, you need to pronounce I can go, I can go, I can go. Okay, so we change in terms of the pattern of the pronunciation like this. Okay, when you take note about the special adjustment of its context, like what I mentioned. ចឹងនៅក្នុងករណីនេះឧទាហរណ៍ like kangaroo ប្រសិនបើយើងមើលទៅលើ pronunciation ដើមរបស់វាគឺ can't ប៉ុន្តែនៅពេលដែលយើងប្រើភ្ជាប់ទៅជា sentence ដូចជាករណី I can go right ចឹងកន្លែងនេះគឺវាឡើងទៅជា sound ហើយអូខេយើងត្រូវ change វាដោយសារអីដោយសារយើងឃើញថាវាជាឥទ្ធិពលចេញមកពី vowel sound g right ដែលនៅពេលនោះគឺវានៅពីមុខសំឡេង nasal sound គឺ right so this one you change to sound right yes therefore it become vowel nasal ចឹងយើងដូរពី sound ទៅជា sound ទៅវិញដែលយើងហៅថា vowel nasal ចឹងវាឡើងទៅជាហើយវាទៅជា I can go កន្លែងនេះបាទដែលយើង adjust វាបាទ We have more rule with assimilation with such example for example like t sound and y sound right like this one through the process of assimilation it becomes sh right for example like nice to meet you okay nice to meet you so this one originally we call meet you but when we have t sound with j sound it become meet you you can see it become meet you not meet you Listen, you can see like the case of you and me. Okay? With this, t sound of the word "and" was not included in the transcription. Okay? In the context of a preceding nasal sound and a following nasal we simply don't need to devote speech to including the stop sound t sound. For example, here you earn me. Okay, so no more t sound here. While also disappear as like the word here. When you see it spelling it look like it should be pronounced like interest. But actually, through the process of elision, we deserve to pronounce it interest. Okay. In elision, the omission of one or more sounds in a phrase or in a word, some letters which are between two consonants do not sound. This refers to the sound that will be silent. This can help the speaker to pronounce words in an easier and quicker way. We have more example with the rule of elision, like here, okay? The second column, it talk about IPA before elision. For example, like comfortable. So here, comfortable. But after elision of IPA, we can pronounce based on this. Okay? Comfortable, 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 comfortable. And then this one, comfortable, 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 comfortable. Yes. Fifth, okay? Fifth, 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 fifth. Laboratory, 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 laboratory. Okay? Family, 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 family. Him, imt, im. Going to, gonna, gonna. Vegetable, vegetable. Vegetable, vegetable. Temperature, 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 temperature. Example more of the rule of elision can be mentioned here. For example, the most common elision in English are t and d when they appear within the following consonant cluster, like the provided below. Everyone, you can see. For example, like we arrived the next day. This one, t sound, elided between K and S sound, right, and D sound, right. Therefore, it no longer t sound here between here. ចឹងសំឡេង KS អូខេដូចនៅក្នុងនេះចឹងគឺអាចជាឧទាហរណ៍ដែលយើងត្រូវលុបនៅសំឡេង t sound អូខេបាទចឹងវាទៅជាnext day អត់មាន t sound ទៀតទេបាទ rich parish okay rich parish so this one t sound elided between sh and p okay ចឹងរវាង sound ពីរហ្នឹងគឺយើងអាចលុបបានដូចគ្នាបាទ alright so like the phonetic symbol here like rich right rich ចឹងឡើងមានsound ហ្នឹងចឹងយើងភ្ជាប់ជាមួយនឹង sound តែម្ដងណា rich okay, rich elision of sound this one happen in several environments in connected speech can easily disappear at word boundaries when the sound comes at the start of a word position between two stressed syllables as in the following example like go away but here after elision we have no need to pronounce right go away so no here yes because you can see here for sound it should disappear when we can see the boundary of the two words okay of the two go and away that it stay at the start of a word and position between two stressed syllables right here or another context when it is followed by the stressed syllable beginning with okay with and l sound right l, like police so it become police okay so here sound also omitted right because we can see sound is followed by sound here okay or for the case of police here let sound elision also happen when the sound came in the middle or final combination as in the following example like preferable but this one can become preferable okay so no sound here okay because it stay when the sound it stay in the middle okay and here library, so you can put into the pronunciation after elision, library, so no here also. Another example, when word sounds disappear in of, right, before a consonant, like here, my birthday on 11th of November. Okay, so here word sound of a consonant F, okay, can be another example. So we can see it disappearing, right? So it become so you should pronounce here on the 11th of November. So here no word sound here. Yes. Other, like here, is a complete was, okay, a term. Exactly, it look like the pronunciation of term, right? Of term. So this is another rule that we can see. All right. Thank you very much for your attention with the clip talk about phonology of language. Thank you very much for your attention. See you again with the new clip, everyone. Goodbye.